Good afternoon, everyone. I just got home from walking the dog, so I'm a little bit late. This setup is not easy to do, but let's get started. I'm going to pick a random page, and I have turned to page 542 of the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. And let's see. Oh, we've come to a page that I'm going to skip. Okay, page 172. Cartwheel. I have a different pen today. And I have set up my camera a little bit differently, and so it's casting a shadow. Let's see if we can get that shadow gone. Let's see. Now it's shiny. Actually, that's not too bad. So the first word, cartwheel. Then we're going to go with carve. Carve. Oh. The next word, I don't know, actually. It is a architectural term, so I'm not sure how you pronounce that one. Caryatid? That's my best guess. Then we're going to go with cascade. Cascade. And then case. And there's two different meanings for case. Next we have casebook. A written record kept by doctors and lawyers. Casement. Casement is that little area surrounding a basement window. Or a casement window is a window that opens on a hinge. Casework. I'm already losing you off the screen. Cash. And I just realized I don't have my chat open. So we'll just open that. You never know when somebody's going to end up chatting with me, right? So, yeah, that's open now. We'll put that in the middle so I can see it. All right, cash money. Cash card. Cashew. I'm going to start writing in capitals again. I like writing in capitals with this pen. Cashier. And then we have cashmere. Cash point. And casino. Then we have cask, cask, and then casket, casket. And then we have cassava, cassava. Oh, there we go. And casserole, casserole. Cassette, cassette. Does anybody use cassette tapes still? I have my collection from 20 years ago. I probably should get rid of them, but it's a unique collection, so I've kept them. Cassock, cassock. Cast, cast. And then there's lots of stuff about the word cast. It is both a verb and a noun. Verb and a noun. And then we have castanets. Castanets. And little musical instruments. Ooh, here's a good word. Castaway. Castaway. That is a DVD that I have, and I have watched it recently. It's a really good movie. All right. Cast. Cast with an E on the end. Okay, this next word, I have not heard it before. Castellated. Castellated. Built in the style of a castle. And then we have the word castigate. Not a very commonly used word. Sorry, I'll try to keep the writing straight. All right, we've got to turn the page here. And of course, we have the word castle. Castle. So that T is silent. Castle. The next word is caster. Or it could be spelled with ER at the end. And then you have castor oil. Ooh, here's a word that's not very pleasant. Castrate. Castrate. All right, let's go up to the top of the page. Sorry for that loud noise. These metal rings make quite the noise on my desk. Okay. I think I'm going to do 3 columns. We'll see if we can do 3 columns. Oh, I've changed my handwriting again. Casual. Probably because the word is casual. I decided to write it casually. And then the next word is casualty. The next word, I don't know why I'm having a little tongue twister with it. Oh, and I've spelt it wrong. There's an R here. Let's write it again. C-A-S-T. No, I'm writing it wrong again. Anyways, it's a word that I've never heard before. Let's try writing it one more time. C-A-S-U-I-S-T-R-Y. If anyone has ever heard this word before, type it in the comments. And then next we have cat. I know how to spell that one really easily. Cat. There's actually a whole bunch of phrases associated with the word cat. So let's read off a few of them. Be the cat's whiskers or pajamas. Not have a cat in hell's chance of doing something. Okay. Curiosity killed the cat. Has the cat got your tongue? Let the cat out of the bag. Like a cat on hot bricks. Oh, I like this one. Look like something the cat brought in. Or how about this one? No room to swing a cat. So it's pretty interesting. There's lots of idioms associated with the word cat. And that was just a few of them. There are more. Then we have, I'm not going to write these down, but we have cat burglar. And then we have cat o' nine tails. We have cat's cradle and cat's eye. All right, so let's go to the next. There's also actually a little picture of some different kinds of cats. But let's move on to the next word, cataclysm. 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 Catacombs. Catacombs. Apparently there's a lot of them in France that look interesting, look like an interesting place to visit. The next word, catafalque. Catafalque? Catafalque. Again, never heard this before. It's a platform that is used for placing someone's body during a funeral. All right, let's go with the next word, catalog. Catalog. And then we have catalyst. Catalyst. And then we have catalytic converter. Oops, that's a V. Converter. All right, let's move up the book so you can see what I'm writing. Catamaran. Catamaran. So yesterday we had a really strong windstorm. It wasn't a hurricane or tornado or anything like that, just strong winds. At my house, they were up to, according to my phone, 50 kilometers an hour. So it was really windy yesterday. Just going to take a sip of my coffee. All right. Anyways, I was thinking of doing these live streams more often to see if I can get some traction. But as you can tell, it's kind of hard on my voice box. I do talk to people when I'm working from home. I don't talk as much, so talking consistently for, at this point, 16 minutes, pretty much straight 16 minutes. That's hard on the voice box. But if I did these more regularly, my voice would definitely get used to it. But I think today, after having that windstorm and the dry air and the dust and everything in the air, it's a little bit rough on the throat. But let's try and finish up this page. The next word is catapult. Catapult. I think I'm going to go back to lowercase letters. Where are we at? Cataract. Cataract. Cataract is something that can develop in your eye. Both my parents have had cataracts. Or my dad has, at least. I don't know about my mom. All right. Catarrh. Catarrh. Let's see how we spell this one. Catarrh. This RRH is very uncommon in English language. We do have RR in quite a few words, but not RRH. I'm not even sure. Hey, maybe if I get all the way through the dictionary, I'll find some more. But there's words like rhyme and rhythm that have RH. But yeah, R and H is a not very common combination in English. All right, catastrophe. Catastrophe. And then we have catcall. Another word using cat. And then we have catch. Catch. And catch is another word that has quite a bit of explanation to it. There's a whole, I'll just show you quickly. So there's 4 columns, 2 columns on each page. And catch is maybe a quarter of one column and then a full column. And then another quarter on the other side of the page. So there are also idioms associated with the word catch, but we won't go over those. And I'm sorry, you can't even see that word, catch. All right. Oh, and there's a second catch, which is the noun version. And so I'm assuming the catch number 1 is the verb. Yeah, the verb catch. So catch is a verb and a noun. All right. Catchment area. Catchment area. Catchphrase. Let me just double check. Yes, it is one word together. Catchphrase. And then we have catechism. Which is in relation to religion. I thought it was just a Catholic word, but it says it's a summary of the main ideas and beliefs of a religion in the form of questions and answers. So it could apply to more than just Catholicism. And then we have categorical. Categorical. And then we have category. This word makes me think of Jeopardy. I've got different categories in Jeopardy. And let me just check something here on my screen. Yep, the mic is working. I just all of a sudden thought, oh no, I've gone and not recorded sound again, which makes this probably less informative, but yeah. I mean, you could still watch me write down the words, but you wouldn't get the actual pronunciation, which was the whole point of me doing these videos. So where are we? Category, cater. Cater. And then we have caterpillar. Caterpillar. And then we have caterwaul. Caterwaul. I'm actually not sure what that means. It means to make the loud cry of a cat. Caterwaul. And then we have catfish. Catfish. Let me just see. So I've mentioned this before in my other videos that this version of the dictionary is from, I believe it's 1998, 95 actually. So that's just over 30 years old, this version, which is the 5th edition. And so the word catfish, it just has the definition of it's a name of a fish. And I think most of us know that there is a new definition for catfish. But moving on, we have catgut. Catgut. Interesting. Okay. Oh, it's just a cord made from... it's made from part of the stomach of certain animals, but not cats. It says it's used for violin, guitar, tennis rackets. I hope they just use new products nowadays for this. All right, catharsis is the next word. Catharsis. Did I spell that right? No, I did not. So let's move up here. I missed a letter in there. All right, let's move my mic back a little bit here. Let's rewrite that word. Catharsis. cis. I had missed that S. Okay, the next word is cathedral. Cathedral. Okay, we're 25 minutes in, so I think I will finish up this page and then call it a day. Catherine wheel. Now, do they spell Catherine with an E? Yes. Catherine wheel. Oh, it's a pinwheel. Okay, next we have catheter. 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 Oh, let's see. Cathode? Cathode. Cathode? When I first looked at this word, because we've been saying the word cat a lot, I was thinking it was cathode. But I'm pretty sure it's cathode. If I'm wrong, correct me. Or just let me know that I'm wrong. All right, the next word is Catholic. And then we have Catholic with a small c. And then we have catkin. Catkin. And catmint. We are not moving away from cat very quickly, are we? And catnap. Catnap. And then we have catsuit. Catsuit. All right, the next word starts with cat, but is cattle. Cattle. And then we have caddy. Catty. And catwalk. Catwalk. Oh, losing you again. Then we have Caucasian. Caucasian. And caucus. If you have ever watched a full version of Alice in Wonderland, there is a caucus in the story. And I have a special... I have been in this caucus in a play of Alice in Wonderland. So it has kind of a special meaning for me. Then we have caught. I keep writing my A's disconnected. Caught. Because I'm writing faster than normal, I guess. And then we have cauldron. Cauldron. And cauliflower. Cauliflower. I don't know why for a second there I didn't know how to spell flower. And then we have causal. So earlier we had the word casual. And so you could easily look at these two words and mix them up. Just because the A and the U are switch places. Causation. Causation. And next we have causative. Causative. And then we have cause. I think we finally moved away from cat. Then we have causeway. Causeway. And I keep losing my place in the dictionary. Caustic. Caustic. Then we have cauterize. Cauterize. And depending on where you are, you might spell that I-S-E at the end. And then we have caution. Caution. And cautious. Cautious. All right, I am going to leave off there. Were any of these words unknown to you? Oh, I just wrote on my... No! I got a pen mark on my on my mat. Oh, no. Maybe I'll be able to get it off. Anyways. Sadness, I marked up my beautiful mat, which you can barely just see under there. It's a card playing mat. Some of you might be familiar with that. Anyways, were any of these words ones that you have never heard before? Because there were a few that I hadn't heard before. Anyway, if you have stayed to the end, I really appreciate you. And I would love if you left a comment and subscribe to my channel. I'm just a new channel starting out, teaching English, and any support would be much appreciated. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.